As an adult with ADHD, you might not be able to focus on more than one person at a time, and you might actually find yourself hyper-focusing on people who are sparkly and new and exciting and who might not even be good for you. And one person in your life may not meet all your needs, which is totally fine. You know, I made a video about stop looking for one best friend. Or you feel you can't focus on one or more person at a time and you forget people, but hyper-focusing on people is, I think, something we don't talk about enough. And I think it totally happens because it gives us that dopamine hit we really want. Let's get into it. Hi friends, I'm Caroline Maguire, and I am here to talk about all things ADHD and friendship. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click everything. We have different friends for different things. And one of the things that happens to us is we actually, as folks with ADHD, may find someone new in our life who is sparkly, who is shiny, who is exciting. And that hits some of our dopamine buttons. And I don't think we mean anything by it, but it is a thing. And a few people have written me about this. And since I've seen it widely for the past 20 years, I wanted to talk about it. So how do we check ourselves or realize if we're focusing on someone just because they're new and sparkly, especially if they may not be good to us? Sometimes we may actually get caught up and swept up in the moment. And then we're like, this is a pattern and I kind of want to get out of this pattern. So how do you know? 1, get dopamine for your brain. Our brain, everybody thinks, because a lot of us are hyperactive, that our brain is over aroused. I know it's a weird word, but our brain is actually under aroused. We are seeking stimulation, and the reward pathway in the brain gives us a hit of dopamine when we find that stimulation. So here's my question. What else can we do to get dopamine? There's a dopamine menu that Jessica McCabe on How to ADHD has developed that's fabulous, and I'll put a link. New and novel things make us fill with dopamine and pay attention, and they satisfy us in a lot of ways. And when our brain is constantly seeking stimulation, one of the ways to kind of help ourselves so that we aren't going down this path and picking friends who might not be good for us is to actually make sure we get enough dopamine in our lives. 2, be aware of this hyper-focused tendency. You know that joke about the more you know, little TV ad? Well, the more you know, the more you can help with this tendency, especially if the tendency doesn't serve you. If you look back on your life and you're like, I rush into these relationships, I become obsessed with someone, and then I let my other friends fall away who I really love and I want to keep in touch with. And one of the questions I have is like, what can you do to create more balance? Almost like, have you ever gone bowling and they have like the small ball and the bumpers on the edges? Okay, I'm a terrible bowler and that's kind of where I need to bowl. It's like, what are the bumpers? What are the things you can say to yourself that actually allow you to realize, okay, I'm going to, not commit going on vacation with someone till I've known them for 3 weeks at least. Something that allows you to sort of create that balance. Maybe they're little rules you give yourself. 3, re-sparkleize it. Barbara Luther, Director of Training at the ADD Coach Academy and one of my personal good friends, is an expert on ADHD, obviously, and she says when you have something that's become too routine, a little too boring for you, re-sparkleize it. Make it fun again and make it exciting again. And this goes for routines and habits and checklists and everything. But I also think it can go for friendships. If you feel like you're attracted and hyper-fixating on someone, not because you think that they're a quality person who shares similar interests and values, but because they're new and sparkly and fun, what can you do to make your other relationships a little more fun, pull them out of the rut a little bit? 4, put friendship on autopilot. When we are struggling to kind of create balance in our lives or struggling to keep up with the executive function of things, a lot of times these new friends take over the friendship and they plan everything. And if you resemble this remark or you're struggling to just even see people, put things on autopilot. If every Thursday you see someone, if every week you go to the same place, if you have some routines around things, it may help so that you see your existing friends who you know are the quality people you love in your life. Doesn't mean we don't want to meet new people, doesn't mean new people are all bad for us, but I gotta admit, some of us do go for that dopamine hit of people who aren't as good for us because they're new and exciting. 5, identify what you need. We have friends for different things and different needs, which is totally fine, but start by identifying what you need. What does this new friend who's capturing your attention represent? One single person probably can't fulfill all our needs, but think about what is it that you do need in life. Maybe there's a hobby or something that you love to do that you need someone to share with you. I know people who have concert friends or friends that they do certain interests with. I have a friend who's been like all over the world with a specific group of people, and that's really all those people do. They travel together and then they go their separate ways. You can identify what you need, and that can help you to not chase every person, but to foster deeper connections. I would love to hear what you say in the comments, and let me know if you have done this, if you have sort of chased that dopamine friend and been someone who actually gets so excited by that new sparkle. Thank you to everyone who held on till the end. Please let me know what you think and what you need, and I will make videos about it. Bye, friends.